think in the past it was very easy for a terminal operator, if they wanted to drive performance, they'd send a supervisor, somebody out in the yard to push people to go faster. I think one thing terminal operators really need to look at doing is figuring out how to harness technology and the capabilities to drive performance. And so what that means is they're going to have to start doing continuous improvement processes, analyzing data, looking for ways to improve, and then making more systematic or systems type changes to actually drive that. That would be the first one. I think the use of technologies like the internet, better things like appointment systems, data sharing is something that modern terminal needs to do. And I'll tell you one thing, that this is the industry. I can pick up my phone and I can look and see when my box from Amazon is going to arrive at my doorstep. I just moved to the UK and my container full of stuff is somewhere out on the ocean and I have no idea where it is and when it's going to show up. And it's like everything I own. So what I'd really like to see is better visibility across the container supply chain. Collaboration is important on a number of levels, and I think what you're going to see is better collaboration across the entire container supply chain. So today there's some collaboration between like terminals and steamship companies. You're going to see a lot more collaboration there, and it's going to drive better performance. And we are seeing a lot more collaboration within the terminal with the different departments in the terminal for automated terminals, because it's so important for IT and operations to work together. I think everybody is concerned about data sharing. If you look at what the industry really needs to do to drive kind of the next meaningful change in performance, we need to share data, and people honestly have to just become more open. And in terms of worrying about threats, I think that we're always going to have to worry about threats. We're in a new age now where you've got to protect yourself to a certain degree, but you really need to figure out how to collaborate better, how to share data, because that will drive overall performance improvements. That's a hard one. I really love this industry, and I've worked in it for a long time now. I think that quicker adoption of new ways of working and new technologies would be something that I think could help us drive performance. I think it's more openness for things like data sharing would be two very obvious ones. And one area that I think has been less focused on is we've got to get better data sharing on the inland supply to the side of the terminals. I think there's so much data you could bring from the community into the terminal to make the community and the terminals work so much better together, and we're just starting to tap that right now. I think it's going to be the automation of currently manual equipment like straddle carriers and RTGs, because there's going to be a big decrease, I believe, in the number of greenfield automation projects. You're going to see a big increase in customers looking to automate their brownfield projects, and there's going to be a bunch of technologies that are going to have to come together to make those things really work. I think what you're going to see, though, is you're not going to see a massive change in anything. People are going to use AI techniques to make incremental improvements to make optimization better, data collection, data cleansing better. So if people think AI is a silver bullet, I don't think it will be. But I do think that applying the techniques of AI to the problems we're trying to solve will allow us to solve them in a better way.